So we're down to the last 3 Mexican seasonings from Kinder's. So this week's meal prep includes making fajitas and carne asada in the air fryer. I'll set this taco seasoning aside for later in the week. Each of these calls for 1 pound of beef. Skirt, flank, or flap steak are all good choices. I'm a huge fan of flat meat because it's a little more tender and has a deep, beefy flavor. This was the smallest package on the day I shopped, and it will work out to about 1 1/3 pounds for each recipe. I'm going to cut these to fit into my air fryer, which will also give us more crispy edges. So here's half of the meat, a little EVOO to get things moving, and then just rub the carne asada seasoning all over the meat. Be aggressive here. We want to make sure we get the rub into as many nooks and crannies as possible. And don't forget all the edges. Now we'll let this sit on the counter for 30 to 60 minutes to marinate and also to bring it closer to room temperature. Repeat the same process with the other half and the fajita seasoning. Remember to always let your meat sit out for at least 30 minutes to take the chill off. You never want to add cold meat to a hot pan, or in this case, a hot air fryer. It causes the meat to seize up and become really tough. Depending on the size of the meat, sometimes I even let it sit out for a couple hours, but I think 30 to 60 minutes for pieces this size is good enough. Also, I went ahead and prepped some bell peppers and onions to accompany the fajitas. This is half of a large bell pepper in 3 different colors, orange, yellow, and red. And this is half of a large onion. Everything cut into evenish sized large slices. A little salt, cumin, and chili powder, and a tablespoon of EVOO. Shake it all up to coat, and these can hang out in the fridge until we're ready to cook. When it's time to cook, preheat your air fryer to 400 degrees. Make sure to leave space around each piece of meat to allow good airflow. Work in batches if you need to. Spoiler alert, these came out so good you'll want to make multiple batches. Depending on thickness and how done you like your beef, cook for 10 to 14 minutes, flipping once at the halfway point. I did these for 12 minutes, looking for a medium rare center. So now the carne asada is done, so I'll move them to a plate and let them rest for 10 to 15 minutes before slicing. Meanwhile, the fajita seasoned meat goes in, again cooking these for 12 minutes, looking for a medium rare. Remember to flip at the halfway point. There you go, my lovelies. Rest well. Smells so good in here, but we're not done yet. So while the meats are just resting, we can grill up our peppers and onions. These just need 10 to 15 minutes at 400 until they're as charred up as you like. Give them a shake every 5 minutes. I let these go for just about 12 minutes total. I just love the smell of grilled peppers and onions. Time to try out the meats. Starting with the carne asada seasoned flap steak. Remember to cut against the grain. So tender and easy to slice. Oh my, wow. This is a really great flavor, holy moly. Nice color too. I have to stop. Gotta move on to the fajita seasoned flap steak. Oh, but this flavor is amazing. I think I like the fajita seasoning just a little bit more than the carne asada. The fajita seems to have a more citrusy flavor, whereas the carne asada was more salty and chili forward. Both so good though. I'll be keeping a stash of these in the pantry from now on for sure. Tacos and burritos are the obvious suspects for serving, but bowls are also a good way to enjoy these types of meats. I wanted to change things up from my usual rice base, so I cooked up some quinoa in my IP Mini. Really nice change and very cheap from the bulk section at my grocery store. I recorded this while Steve was at work, so it was ready for him to try when he got home. I didn't tell him my thoughts and I just asked which one he liked better. He couldn't pick a favorite, but he also noticed the fajita had more citrus to it. I think that's why I liked it better. I didn't record him making a plate, but he went the traditional tacos route. This may seem like a lot of Mexican food all at once, but we both love it so much and never get tired of it. I also really like having these options to customize each taco or bowl. Supplement with beans and different freshies throughout the week and we're all set for lunches. So that's it for this video. Thanks for hanging out with me. As always, the ingredients and instructions are below in the description box. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment on what you'd like to see on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!